Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a small story time. I probably need to keep it short because I don't think I have a lot of memory. But anyways, most of the videos on my YouTube are of me barrel racing. I am a barrel racer, but I also spent 8 years of my life being a drug addict. I was addicted to a few different things, and it started when I was 15. And we can have a more in-depth story time about my life when I was in active addiction, but I'm just kind of giving you the rundown. So at 15, I started using for the first time, and it wasn't because of peer pressure or because I had an injury. It was strictly myself and my curiosity, and that is what got me hooked. So I graduated at 17 in 2010, and it was at that time, once I had moved out, I moved out as soon as I graduated, that is when I realized that I was an addict, I guess you could say, because when it come time that I ran out and didn't have a steady supply, I got sick, and that's when it dinged in my head, you're addicted to these things. And then I got married at a pretty young age. I've been married twice. My second husband, the one I'm married to now, he is the love of my life. He was the love of my life when I was 15 years old. It just didn't work out. He was already addicted to substances, and it pretty much ruined any relationship we had. I got married to another fellow addict, and we were married for about a year and a half. When me and him got a divorce, I had just got back from rehab. I went to rehab in 2013. My parents sent me to rehab. It was one of those things where you're either going to go or we're going to make you go. So I went, got back from rehab, filed for divorce, excuse me, and I made it a total of 55 days sober, and that includes the 26 days I spent in rehab. So I relapsed after 55 days sober, and I hit it harder than before. I was even more of an addict than I was before I went to rehab. I have so many stories I could tell you about different parts of my life. We're not going to go through that now. We'd be here forever. Anyways, me and my first boyfriend that I dated when I was 15, that I told you about, we ended up getting back together. We spent some time doing substances together. Then I got pregnant in 2014 and ended up having a miscarriage. I was only 2 weeks along. I had a miscarriage, and they told me that it was probably because the amount of substances I had in my system, which broke me. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to get pregnant. It just happened. So after that, me and my significant other decided that we wanted to change our lives. So it was a month later, I got pregnant with my son, who is now 4. He'll be 5 in February. And I would like to say he saved my life, and in a sense he did. But after I had him, I got back on substances for 6 months. Now, he was never neglected. He had all his necessities, food, water, home. I had a job, and he was taken care of. But mentally, I feel like mentally I neglected him because I was not all there as a person, because I had got back on substances. It was at that time I told my husband, we got married by the way, I told my husband, I'm like, we need help, I can't do this on my own. So, and this is a topic that not many people talk about. Some people are for it, some people are against it. But I am on Suboxone. I've been on Suboxone 4 years, and it literally saved my life. My husband's too. It literally saved our lives. And if you knew who we were before I got on Suboxone, we're like poster children, honestly. We are just regular schmegular people now. We both work. We work full 80-hour, 40, I don't know. We work a full-time job. We work a full-time job. I also ride horses and barrel race, which is my hobbies. So that's what I do in my off time, which keeps me busy. I'm a full-time mama. My husband's a full-time daddy. And we are just regular schmegular people. We don't have a lot of friends, which is okay. We used to have friends, but they weren't real friends. And the few friends we have now, they're real people. Um, you know, there's a lot of my friends still out in the world, that are still getting down the way I don't get down. And we don't really, if I see them out, I'm going to tell them hi. I'm going to give them a hug, tell them I love them, and I've been praying for them. But I'm not inviting them into my house. I'm not taking a chance on bringing that into my life again. I can love them from afar. I can pray for them from afar. But I'm not inviting that into my house. So that's just a little story time about my addiction life. And if y'all want to know more, I'm telling you, I have 8 years of stories, 8 years of being in the gutter, 8 years of climbing my way out of that hole, climbing my way off of my rock bottom. And if y'all have questions about anything in my life, let me know in the comments, and I would love to make another video. Thank you so much.